Welcome to the Seraphic Journey, a sacred space where we explore the unseen dimensions of life and the deepest truths of the soul. This journey is not about memorizing definitions or following dogmas. It is about rediscovery. Rediscovering who we truly are beyond roles, beyond names, beyond the masks we wear. As the philosopher Socrates once said, an unexamined life is not worth living. And what could be a deeper examination than the search for the soul itself? The soul has been the mystery that philosophers, poets, and mystics tried to describe for thousands of years. But perhaps the truth is simple. The soul is not something to be explained. It is something to be experienced. And so, in this first chapter, let us open the door to experience, asking together, what is the soul, and why does its awakening matter so deeply in our lives? The soul has many names across cultures and times. The Greeks called it psyche, the animating principle. The Hindus spoke of the Atman, the eternal self. The Sufis described it as the lover, eternally longing to return to the beloved. For Christian mystics, it was the divine spark, an image of God within each being. Each tradition used different language, but all pointed to the same mystery, that we are more than flesh, more than thoughts, more than the sum of experiences. Rumi, the great Persian poet, once wrote, "You are not a drop in the ocean. You are the entire ocean in a drop." Imagine the body as a house. Our mind decorates it with furniture, memories, and habits. But the soul? The soul is the light inside the house. Without it, even the most beautiful home would be dark. You may have already felt this presence, that moment when time seemed to stop, when you were overwhelmed by beauty, or when you felt deeply connected to everything around you. Those moments are glimpses of the soul revealing itself. The soul is not passive. It calls us. It carries a direction, a purpose. Sometimes that purpose is loud, like an undeniable passion or a sudden knowing. Sometimes it is a whisper, a subtle dissatisfaction that pushes us to seek more meaning. Aristotle spoke of living with eudaimonia, the good spirit, a life guided by the deeper essence of who we are. St. Augustine once said, "You have made us for yourself, O Lord, and our heart is restless until it rests in you." Restlessness is often the sign that the soul is calling. When we ignore it, life feels fragmented. We achieve, we succeed, but something is missing. But when we listen, even ordinary moments gain a sense of fullness, as if life itself becomes aligned. Think of purpose not as a fixed job or role, but as a melody. Each of us carries a unique song. To live with soul is to allow that song to be heard. Awakening is not about adding something new. It is about remembering what was always there. Meditation, silence, deep reflection, these practices quiet the noise of the world so we can hear the voice within. But awakening can also happen in the most ordinary moments, while cooking, walking, or holding the hand of someone you love. The Zen masters remind us, before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. The difference is awareness. There is another Zen metaphor. When the mind is turbulent, the soul is hidden like the moon reflected in disturbed water. But when the water's calm, the reflection appears clear. In stillness, the soul shines. Try this. Pause for a moment. Close your eyes and breathe deeply. Feel your breath, the rhythm of your chest rising and falling. That presence you notice, that silent awareness, That is the soul reminding you of itself. Awakening is not about changing who we are. It is about seeing clearly who we have always been. Across traditions, the soul has never been seen as confined to a single lifetime. In Hinduism and Buddhism, reincarnation is described as a cycle of learning, where each life is a classroom and each challenge is a lesson. In Egyptian spirituality, the soul was weighed against the feather of truth. Only lightness of heart could pass into eternity. In modern psychology, Carl Jung saw the soul's journey as individuation, the process of becoming whole, a path that feels eternal. The poet Tagore said, "Death is not extinguishing the light, it is only putting out the lamp, because the dawn has come." Even if we see these ideas as symbols, they carry a profound message. Nothing is wasted. Joy, sorrow, failure, victory, all are woven into the tapestry of the soul's growth. Perhaps the soul's real goal is not perfection, but expansion. Each experience, no matter how small, adds to its wisdom. And how does the soul guide us while we live this life? Sometimes through synchronicities, those strange coincidences too meaningful to ignore. Carl Jung described synchronicity as the bridge between the inner world and the outer. You think of someone and they appear. You struggle with a question and a phrase in a book feels like an answer. As Einstein once said, "Coincidence is God's way of remaining anonymous." These are not accidents. They are signals, subtle nudges that remind us we are part of a larger order. The more awake we are, the more we notice these patterns. They are like stars in the night sky, at first random, but when connected, they form constellations, guiding us through the vastness of life. As we close this chapter, remember, the soul's journey is infinite. It is not something we acquire, but something we uncover, layer by layer, breath by breath. Awakening to the unseen means living with awareness that every encounter is meaningful, every moment is sacred, and every choice is a step in our unfolding. Our task is simple, yet profound, to listen to the whispers of the soul in moments of silence, in synchronicities, in the pull toward love, truth, and wisdom. As Meister Eckhart wrote, the soul has something in it that is so closely akin to God that it is one with Him and not merely united. This is just the beginning. In the next chapter, we'll go deeper into the practices that help us live soulfully each day, so that awakening is not just a fleeting moment, but a way of being. Until then, carry this truth with you. You are not only body, not only mind. You are a soul, eternal and luminous, on a journey beyond time. Thank you for walking this path with me. Stay awake, stay present, and keep listening to the voice within.